Hi, it's Wendy Smith, No Fear From Here. And this week, thinking about little things growing into big things. And no, I'm not talking about just eating Tim Tams. I've been thinking about how many of our big goals just seem impossible, so it makes it really hard to want to start. So for me right now, even thinking about long-term big coaching goals and making a lot of money and that sort of stuff, you just wonder if that's a possibility that you could ever make it. And so I'm trying to just keep going one step at a time, but it's hard to have a lot of confidence when you set yourself some very, very large goals. But if I look back to a couple of years ago when I had, nearly $30,000 worth of debt, and it felt impossible that would ever get paid off because it had been hanging around for 15 years and going up and going down, and it'd go down, and then you'd suddenly get all these bills for your house or something and it would go back up again. But I got there, and I ended up setting a ridiculous time frame for myself. I think it was 18 months or something, knowing there was no way I could do that really, realistically. And I didn't, but then I did do it in about sort of 20 months, maybe 22 months. And I think without having set that really, really big goal, then I wouldn't have come as close as I did. And, you go along and every month you pay some off and you go, that's great. And you work through, oh, aren't I good? I sacrificed all these things. But I had a couple of little splurges and I'll really appreciate them. And, you can pay off sort of $10,000 and you still feel like you've got forever to go. And so you're making all these little tiny steps that are only adding up to tiny steps. And then it's just suddenly occurred to me now that I'm in such a good place, feeling so happy, peaceful, doing what I love, loving being back in my old job, adoring coaching people and seeing the results that it brings to people, just surrounded by incredible, great people and having some really fun things going on, and keeping on budget and not getting back into debt. But I think what happened is this little magic thing happened. So you've got all these little tiny steps, and they add up, and they're only adding up to here, and they're tiny little steps. And then you kind of forget that you're taking these tiny little steps because they just keep going on. And they're kind of boring, it's not that exciting that you've taken all these little steps. And then it's like something magic happens that you sort of get to here, and then suddenly you jump up to about here. There's like this big miracle that happens near the end. So there's no reason for me to be feeling as blissfully happy and amazed about the world right now as I am, but I am, because all the little mindset stuff and all the debt stuff and all the spending more time with positive people and looking after my own set and headset and inviting love into my life and all these great things suddenly all start adding up to this one much bigger than you ever pictured idea. So I just want to say, don't give up, because you're still moving forward, you're still getting somewhere, and you just don't know when that huge shift is going to happen. So just keep giving it a go and feeling really positive and optimistic that life is wonderful and you can be part of that big, simple adventure. Be kind to yourself the whole way there. Take care. Bye. Have a good week.